Welcome to TRADEREP. This is Short Hammer. It is the 2nd of October 2019, and we're taking a peek at Amazon. Now, we should all know the levels of Amazon very well from the previous videos, and today it appeared as if Amazon was going to catch a bid. In fact, we thought the entire market was going to catch a bid. The reason being is that the TLT gapped down. When the TLT gaps down, usually the market will push up a little bit. And so the expectation today, because we closed yesterday, it was like a slight push. We did expect the market to push up today and there'd be some sort of continuation. But as we see, Amazon could not get over this 1756 point, which has really been a point of contention. Like, it was a point of support in the past, where when we were above the 1756, we definitely saw nice bounces, and now that we're below it, we've been struggling to get back over it the last few days. So my thought process on this is, if we can't get over the 1756s, then we're probably going to fade to the 1690s. It depends on overall market trend. Even though Amazon has had relatively good news, the market is kind of weak. And I did mention that this is a week where we started with Rosh Hashanah, and we also have the Chinese National Day. So the market is going to be kind of funky, meaning lots of manipulation. We can go either direction pretty sharply. So just watch your technicals and keep your stop losses tight. Let's take a look at the lower time frame real quick. This is a daily chart. So let's look at the lower time frame. So when we look at the 5-minute on Amazon, what we see is the initial open we pushed up, and then we start seeing upper wicks, weakness. We're not making higher highs, and just a struggle. We couldn't even get over the 1755s to reach the 1756s. And the thought process was that maybe at some point we'd catch a pop over and maybe we could get above this 1756. But this was right about when the news came out about the, I believe it was the PMI, and the numbers were lower than expected. And the buyers just faded on Amazon, and we dropped. The entire market dropped to the downside. We back tested this 1744 area, then rolled down even lower. And we did bounce at the 1720s. And what's funny is, in the video I did on Amazon, I was waiting for a pullback to the 1720s to buy. And I believe I was saying the 1727s. This area was the area I was looking to buy in. I did not buy here because I was worried that we might roll over. So that would have been a good place to buy to see if we'd get a bounce. I did not, and we did get a bounce, and we hugged the 200. And we sort of a little bit of a squeeze to the upside. Then we pull back. And so we'll see what tomorrow holds. But tomorrow, the main intraday pivot is at 1739. And so we do want to watch these levels. The going forward for tomorrow, depending on how strong the market is or how strong Amazon is, watch the 1728.48 level. This is the level to watch. And let me have a little line here. More of a temporary line. I'll go back and draw a better line later. Watch that level. You definitely, the 1756s. We also want to keep an eye here on the 1744s, this weekly pivot, because we saw the reaction that it had to that area here and here. And we want to watch the 1731s also, because we can see that there were some lows here that we did kind of catch a little bit of a bid on. So watching those also. And I'll go back in and clean these up a little bit. But that's what I'm watching on Amazon. And also this level here. Roughly where we closed. Roughly, I'll say. I want to keep an eye on that area here. So those are the lines I'll have on Amazon for tomorrow. And we'll see if we open up above the 1739s into the 1740s. Remembering that the 1740s were the bottom of that channel that we were discussing, 1740s by 1833s, and the bottom of the channel is the 1740s. So if we regain that and we get over the 1756s, then we can squeeze. So we do want to see what happens as far as how the week plays out and the news and what happens, but we do have a few other economic reports this week. We just have to keep an eye on that to see if they're good. If they're good and we hold in these levels, maybe we're going to have a nice end to the week and then a nice run. But keep an eye on Amazon. We have the levels. We have these lines that we're going to watch, which were important lines today. And we have our longer term important lines up in this supply demand zone, 1756s. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and just so you see above this, in case you didn't see the other videos, the top of this supply demand zone is 1762. Then we have to get up over the 1768s and through the 1770s. Then we have these supply demand lines, 1792, 1798, and 1805. But that's quite a ways away, and we'll see what happens as far as if we're up or down tomorrow, if we open above or below the main intraday pivot, and if we could even break the 1756s. So don't want to put the cart before the horse. We'll see how that shakes out.